So let's say for someone like, let's say I wasn't a business owner
Yes.
and I make over $300,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
How would that correlate? Connect the dots for me as far as from a accountant perspective.
Great. Okay. So, as somebody who's a high net worth earner, because that's what we call them,
Yes.
so we'll take, for example, somebody who's making $300,000 a
Mhm.
year. Okay. That person typically is also going to be paying estimated tax payments because,
Okay.
once again, you don't want to wait to just
Right.
tax season to do that. But that person also needs an accountant because a lot of times people who are making that amount of
Mhm.
money have investments
Right.
that are tax write offs,
Absolutely.
have income that's coming in from rental properties
Mhm.
that are tax write-offs. So essentially, that person that are net worth
Mhm.
earners, like high net worth earners, need an accountant to help them with tax strategies, just like a
Understood.
business owner needs a tax accountant to help them with
That makes
strategies.
sense.
So it's
They go hand in
essentially
hand.
once you get to a certain
A certain
point in life,
income, you are
the whole goal
right.
is how can I hold on to as much of
Mhm.
this money and pay the least amount of taxes that I need. And the only way you can do that is if you have somebody that is in your corner helping you strategize throughout the year to pay less taxes. If all you do is go through the year, but I only see you just to do your taxes, I can't give you help
Right.
on a year that's already
Absolutely.
passed.
So, how would someone, or what are some deductions that a business owner or someone that makes that amount of money, a high income earner, what are some deductions that they would be entitled to?
A lot of the deductions that they would be entitled to is a lot of people that I come across that are making that kind of money usually are like in the real estate realm.
Mhm.
Like they have some type of rental properties or own properties. So there's like, for example, an Augusta rule where with an Augusta rule, rent out, you can rent out the property for
Mhm.
14 days to your business, like to yourself,
Mhm.
so to speak. And then you can take that as a write off.
Okay.
So, for example, we are currently filming content,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
So we are sitting in this wonderful restaurant here filming content, but we could be sitting in one of our properties filming
Absolutely.
content. And instead of me being in someone's establishment, I could be using my
Mhm.
property as a studio. And I essentially, for a maximum of
Right.
14 days at a certain rate, could then say, okay, I'm going to write that off.
Awesome.
So that could be $14,000. Let's say, because to rent a studio, as you know, it can
Right.
be expensive.
Yes.
So I could say, all right, at a rate of $1,000 a day,
Mhm.
that's how much
Of a deduction.
this
Right.
deduction would be. So those are little tricks that you can use throughout the year to help save money on your taxes.
So for me, I work from home. So what type of deductions would I be eligible for, being that my work office is my home office?
Home office deduction.
Okay.
So in that square footage of your home office, everything related to electricity, your internet, your alarm system, like all of your expenses for your house that cover that. What you do is you take those
Mhm.
expenses, you total them up, take the square footage for that home office, you divide that. That's your write off.
Nice.
I
I
know.
like it.
Home repairs too.
Really? Now, do you get a? Is it a percentage?
It is a percentage,
Okay.
and it's based on whatever the percentage of that home office is in correlation to your total square footage of your home.
So let's say, for instance, if I had to do a roof repair, but it didn't affect my whole entire roof, how would that look as far as
So
a
let's say
deduction?
the roof repair was like $5,000. And let's say your home office, when you do your calculations, is only like 20%
Mhm.
of the total square
Right.
footage of your home. So then that means 20% of that $5,000 is a write off.
I like it.
I
You
know.
guys hear that? A lot of us don't know this as small business owners or people that just work from home.
Yes,
So does that apply for, let's say, if I work a W-2 job? Does that apply for
it
a W?
does not
Oh,
apply for a W-2 job,
darn
but it
it.
applies for my
But it's a good question.
1099s.
I just wanted to know because
Yes,
you have a lot of remote jobs that are
correct.
W-2.